Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Giants offense coming back onto the field, and for them, what a nice victory in Dallas to open the season. They've opened for the last 5 years against the Cowboys. This is the first time in that span, though, that they've beaten them. And Eli Manning gave Ben McAdoo, his head coach, the game ball.
And you mentioned first, right, that first victory for the Giants over the Cowboys in an opener. How about first game for Ben McAdoo, the head?
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Victor Cruz, 79 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now Brown to add on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Play clock winding down. They'll drop to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Second down, 8. Let's go. Now Prescott. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Third down at 8 now. Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Here we go. Flat round.
They're going to try and throw. He completes it to Bryant.
Brandon, if I told you that Dak Prescott would put the ball in the air 45 times in a game, How many catches conservatively would you say Dez Bryant would have?
More than one, probably about 7 or 8 maybe.
That may be the biggest shocker to me when I look at the stats of that game of Dallas against the Giants. 45 times Dak Prescott threw it, just 1 catch for Dez Bryant. That cannot continue for the Dallas Cowboys.
A give to Elliott. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, James Hanna. And it'll be 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Out left side here to Bryant. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, 44 yards. And the Cowboys have broken the tie.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Last week, Charles, I got your thoughts on the touchback now being out to the 25 instead of the 20. In week 1, we saw the Patriots going with a higher kickoff, shorter, to try to pin teams back inside the 20. Interesting how some teams may approach that.
And you always have to think about the Patriots as being one of the teams that's going to be on the cutting edge of analytics and how they see things. That old thinking outside of the box. They've done it the entire tenure of that organization, the present regime that we see. So when they're sky kicking it and trying to keep them inside the 25, they're playing the percentages of the farther you have to go to try and score, the better our odds of you not getting there and making a good play ourselves.
Manning now on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 14 there, and it's good for a New York first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On 1st and 10, here's Manning finding time. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've...
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 39 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now out come the Giants. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Charles, let me get your thoughts on the AFC West in general. After week 1, you had the Chargers losing that tough one, but they put up a good showing. Broncos and Raiders both winning 1-point games. What do you see from the AFC West?
For me, partner, nothing has changed from what I thought going into the season. In fact, it's actually solidified what I thought, that the AFC West is going to be one of the better divisions in football. Kansas City still riding that winning streak in the regular season from last year. They extended it in week 1 of this year. Oakland, everyone talks about being a surprise. They're no longer a surprise. They're a solid team that will contend. And Denver's just the defending champions in the league. And San Diego played much better than expected in week 1.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Throwing on first down is Manning. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong